As a third, I haven't maybe discussed Russia too much with you. What Russia is now trying to do, what's their goals, how they are trying to pursue its strategy in order to implement this strategy in some countries, and why they are doing so. Now, we know that West and Russia are now in standoff since Russia has annexed Crimea, and now they have a direct also interest or also some soldiers on the ground of Ukraine, East Ukraine. There is sanctions that West has applied to Russia, and there's a standoff between two parties. In order to balance this, Russia has now had gone globally. Now they are in Venezuela, they are in Syria, they are in Pakistan, and also in Afghanistan. They are in Zimbabwe and Central Africa Republic, and China too. So they are almost everywhere now, we can see. And through the military sales, also including mining and energy contracts. Now, why Russia is doing so? They are in Venezuela in order to help to remain Maduro in office, because they have an interest. They have signed a contract of 6 billion for energy contracts, including mining contracts, and they want to sell some arms to Venezuela. They are in the Central Africa Republic. It's because of the arms deals they are with Zimbabwe. They are now modifying the equipments, especially the military equipments over there. They are in Pakistan and they are in Afghanistan to do businesses, especially energy businesses, although the United States has heavily against the pipelines to Pakistan. Mining with Afghanistan, opium, also business some kind of with Afghanistan, and China is they have been increasing their economic ties since 2014 with China in terms of also arms. And why Russia is doing so? Because once they have been their economic ties are somehow been diminished, reduced with European Union and also United States, they have to find to establish their economic interests elsewhere. These are the countries they are trying to implement some economic ties in order to gain some benefits. Now, is it enough? Of course it's not enough. But considering, let's say, a country like Turkey, which we are now buying some, I think 4 billions, maybe 6 billions, I can't remember now, of S-400 missile system, defense system, and also 6 billion million dollar economic ties with Venezuela for mining and also oil and gas exploration. Couple of $100 million for Central Asia, Central Africa Republic, same with Zimbabwe, and some $100 million with Pakistan and also Afghanistan is not a bad deal for Russia. Of course, it's not going to sustain their economic stability, that's granted. It's not enough, even close by, but it is still something, and it's a real confrontation to US interests in these countries. So Russia, what historically Russia had been doing or has been doing is, once Russia has been confronted by a country, usually Russian policymakers or decision makers take or do not find any argument within this bucket or problem. They usually go to another means of problems and getting some advantage from there and put it into that basket and try to negotiate with the other party. So in that regard, what Russia is trying to give message to the United States, if you want to get agreed with especially Crimea and Ukraine, I can also ease my policy with, let's say, Venezuela or Syria or Zimbabwe, Central Africa, and Afghanistan and Pakistan. This is what they are trying to give message to international community. Up until now, we haven't seen any signs of ease or sanctions, ease in the sanctions with the United States, and we haven't seen any signs of negotiations with the United States authorities. But we strongly believe that this is their intention to set up and achieve, but without a quick solution to the sanctions or ease the sanctions to some level, we strongly believe that it will be an economic problem with Russia in coming years, short years like 1 to 3 years. So we will see how this will end up, and we will share all the information with you. Stay tuned with us.